What's good, BitRushers? My name's Kyler, and this is BitRush Crypto. Markets are down, and people are panicking. Some people are calling for the bear market, the end of it all. Other people are saying it's a bear trap and ready to continue the pump upward. Whichever way you are right now, most likely you're either buying in some more tokens or you're looking to unload some of them, and you're probably paying a pretty penny on the Ethereum network. Even though the ETH price is down, the gas fees are still pretty high. So what can we do to mitigate that? And there is one option that recently launched. It's the gasless DEX from MistX, or the Alchemist token. I've covered the Alchemist project and the Mist token in the past, as well as everything you need to do to mint crucibles, etc. If you guys want, you can pause this video and go and watch that one. It will be linked in the description below and possibly popping up above in the right hand corner now. Other than that, though, we're going to get into the new launch of the DEX, how it works. We're going to make a trade and just explain the whole process and the token itself. So if that sounds good, please do stick around. Make sure you're subbed to the channel, bell to be notified on all future content as soon as it drops. 99 cents will get you members only and early access to most content. Link in the description below for all my investment projects and my social media. Also find the link to the store to pick yourself up some sweet BitRush crypto merch. Other than that, guys, let's get into it. Alright, as always, starting over at CoinGecko, just taking a little bit of a look at the price of this token. Again, the project is called Alchemist, and the ticker is MIST, or MIST. Currently, at today's recording, a price of $87.01, and we're actually up a little bit here. But overall, you know, the market's down. We've been kind of dumping on pretty much everything. So let's just look at the 14-day or 30-day here. And we can see previous high all the way as high as 187, so almost down $100 from that. We've also had lows as low as about $60, $59 in here, guys. So you can see the all-time low is 52 and the all-time high is 225. But as of recently, we only got up to about 196 there. Definitely lots of room for this one to either double or, you know, go half from where it is now. So depending on which direction you are, either a bear or a bull. Currently, I'm kind of bullish on this one because of the recent launch of MistX. And we come over here to their Medium article, and we can see our ethos is by the people, for the people. Our reputation is under promise, over deliver. And our roadmap is, well, that there isn't one. But basically what this is, guys, if they've made their own DEX, similar to like a Uniswap or a Pancake Swap or a Quick Swap or any other swap out there, Sushi Swap, it's going to do the same thing as most of these swaps, and it actually right now currently is using the liquidity from Uniswap version 2, but they do have plans on adding a bunch of other liquidity pools, and so we will see that here in the near future. But basically what it's doing is it's using the liquidity pools to use the swap from Uniswap. However, you don't have to pay gas fees. And so we come down here and it says MistX, the world's first flash DEX. And you guys can read a little bit more about that here, and you guys can see a picture of it. Gasless swaps. What does this mean? When we say that MistX is a gasless DEX, that is precisely what we mean. There are none of the typical gas fees associated with Ethereum transactions processed by MistX. Instead, when trading from one token to ETH or ETH to a token, fees are determined and handled as a portion of the transactions of value. When trading with Ethereum using MistX, no longer will you need to ensure your wallet holds additional Ethereum to cover gas fees. All MistX transactions will have a gas price of 0. That's right, guys, 0 gas fees. To avoid confusion, we'd like to highlight that this doesn't mean MistX is entirely fee-less. Rather, those fees are reduced and taken into consideration as a portion of the value within the cryptocurrency being traded. Okay, guys, so I'm not going to get into all the super technicals of this, but basically I'll break it down like this. Anytime you make a trade, there's always a little bit of slippage on that trade and how much the price moves based on that trade. And what this does is it takes that slippage into account, and it takes a portion of that slippage out and uses that portion of the slippage that was reduced by not having your transaction underrun by a bot. So it eliminates the bots and cuts the bots out of the transaction. And so that little bit of profit that the bots could have, possibly like squeezed out of this transaction, instead it takes that, it saves that, and it uses that as a bribe for the miners. So the miners are still getting paid here, guys, okay? So they still get their fee. Don't think you're like ripping off the network or anything like that. It just takes the value out of your trade rather than taking the value out of an additional fee. And when I say out of your trade, I'm not saying that you lose less of like what you were buying in or getting. It takes it out of the slippage associated with that transaction. So again, it's a little bit hard, technically speaking, but if you guys want, you can go in here and read all about it, the flash bots and the miner bribes and all this. But we're going to show you here in a minute. And so I think that's the best way to do it, is just get on here and show you. The other main thing to keep in mind here, guys, as you're looking through this, is you can cancel any transaction, and you can cancel it without paying an additional fee. So if that transaction hasn't gone in yet, you guys can go ahead and just, cancel it, and there's still zero fee on it. So if for any reason the transaction failed, which I've had happen before with a pretty big trade, and the transaction failed and I paid a couple $100 in gas fee, the gas was paid, went to the network, but I had a failed transaction. So that will never happen using this platform as well, guys. So, when you go and make a trade, if for whatever reason it fails or you cancel it, it's still a zero transaction. You do not pay anything. And then the last most important thing that we want to kind of talk about here is if you're holding the MIST token, a portion of the fees that it, kind of extracts and saves goes to the holders of MIST. So eventually they're planning on having their own pools, and most likely, these pools will also earn a little bit for the MIST token. So this is a really good time, not financial advice, but if you guys want to get in before, the masses, so to speak, because this thing is just getting popular, just launched a couple days ago, 2 days ago here. I feel like it's a good buy. The market's down anyway, so we're down from possibly like $250 to about $90, a little under $90 here. And we're just launching this new DEX that's going to start earning us fees on the token. So what better idea than to actually use this DEX to buy a little bit of that token that we want to pick up, and hopefully earn fees on everyone's transactions as this DEX becomes more and more popular. Who doesn't want to save money on every single transaction they make? I know I do. And so for that reason, I do think it will be big. As the website for this is mistx.io, and when we get here, it's just like a blank holder screen. There's a little bit of information down here with all like the social media and all that kind of stuff, but basically you got to click here and it brings up the app, which is app.mistx.io /pound/exchange, and select the token first. So we just select the token here. Again, guys, we're going to get a little bit of MIST. I don't hold any right now, and I do think it's going to be a good coin in the future. I'm not going to pick up a whole lot, but just a little bit here, test out the DEX, and hopefully earn a little bit of like passive, supply of these tokens based on, people using the network and using this new DEX. Connect their wallet, MetaMask. All right, once we're logged in, we're ready to pick up a little bit of tokens here, guys. And again, I'm not going to get a whole lot. I'm just going to get like 0.1 ETH worth, which is at the time 2.3. I like things a little bit even, so I'm just going to round it up here to 2.5, and that looks good to me. We can see here the transaction fee looks like it's going to be $19.0085. Again, we're not going to be paying that, guys. That's included in the transaction, one of the beauties here. So we're saving about $20 on this transaction using the MistX exchange. Great stuff. So it's going to show you, heads up, you have to click this message due to a limitation in MetaMask, whatever, it must be manually signed. Don't show this message again, I understand. And here we go. And it gives you all of the information here. The current price is 1 ETH equals 25 MIST. Gives you the breakdown, the maximum, the minimum, the liquidity provider fee, all that stuff. If that all looks good, go ahead and click confirm swap. And actually, as you can see here, the price went up while we're chatting. And again, it's going to ask you to sign this transaction manually. There's no gas fee, so that's why. And there we go. Transaction submitted. We can then add MIST to MetaMask. Nice and easy here, so that saves us from doing that. And you can see Down below, it's showing the transaction is pending, so let's just wait a minute for that to get picked up here on the Ethereum network. It looks like it did. It is confirmed, and we can view over here on Etherscan. Coming over to Etherscan, you can see the transaction here. It's a little bit crazy because it is using this Flash bot service, but it is confirmed and successful. But we can verify we now have those 2.5 mist in our wallet. Excellent stuff, guys. So if you follow along with my channel at all, you know the main thing that I'm always complaining about here is the gas fees. There's lots of other layer 2 solutions coming, other layer 1s that hope to compete and have a cheaper, faster network than Ethereum. But if we can keep the Ethereum network and make our trades saving the gas, that's a win-win for me, because at the end of the day, Ethereum has the most secure network other than Bitcoin, has the most miners, the most hash rate securing the network. Definitely has the highest dollar value locked other than Bitcoin. And so if we're looking as a settlement layer, a layer that we want to keep our tokens on, our coins on, and keep as the main network that we use, for me, it's always going to be Ethereum, guys, until something better comes and knocks them off. And now that we have a way to trade for free fees or fees included in the transaction without losing anything that we wouldn't already kind of have lost anyway, then this is a win-win for me. I'm very bullish on this project. Probably going to pick up a little bit of mist here. Wish I had a little bit more ETH laying around right now. Anything that Uniswap has on the version 2 is tradable here on MistX. So they haven't upgraded to version 3 pools yet, but as I mentioned, they do have plans for other pools. If you guys enjoyed this content, you're looking forward to making trades on the Uniswap network with zero fees, go ahead and smash the thumbs up on this video, guys. Share it with a friend or family member. Make sure you throw this one up on social media, because people are going to be pumped to know that they can now make trades without any gas fees on the Ethereum network. Other than that, sub to the channel. 99 cents gets you early access. Happy crypto. Let's keep getting those coins.